Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You already know who it is. Targeted individual CJBK. I'm out here working, trying to maintain the job. And the job isn't even really hard on me. You know, like you see what I do, I ride around on the bike, I'm delivering groceries to people's doors, you know, I should be in relatively great shape, right? But when you consider the radiation, the electromagnetic radiation, the radio frequencies, all of those things that's going into my body every day, then I'm also being like dealing with the noise campaigns at home. Then there's the periodic I like to consider it job mobbing at work, where someone has to be, let's just say, a little extra for certain things that could have just been a simple sentence like, you know, oh, you don't have to worry about doing that today. But some people like to overact on certain things. I don't know. Maybe that's just how some people are. But anyway, I was going to do a whole video on that, but I'm gonna just keep it very simple. TIs, you got to remember that whether a person could be a gang stalker or not, you're gonna have people in this world that's gonna gaslight you, and they may not actually be a part of the secret society. They may actually just be people who, I don't know, for whatever reason, they don't think that their deliveries or the statements that they make can, strike a nerve of someone, you know. But it's all right though, because what you gotta remember is, for that person to act out in that way, especially if you didn't do anything wrong, then you ought to know that if that person acts that way off of something that's so small, then that person is going through some stuff in their life. They're going through some things. It may not be as bad as yours, but they're going through something, and they're probably not as good at handling their problems as you do. So whenever someone is a bit over reactive to something that's very small, or they try to like see if they can like say something about you to a group of people to try to insult like your intelligence or something like that, just remember they are setting the stage for you. They are already putting you up on a pedestal. They are already, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, letting you know that they are hurting in this world. And no matter how many different things that they use to try to see if they can cope with whatever they're going through, it's still not working. So they have to do things to other people, say things about people to get a nice little rise out for themselves, to get something out of it. It is what it is. Something as simple as, if the Wi-Fi is down when you first come into work, you go to clock in, and instead of them just simply telling you the Wi-Fi is out, I'm gonna clock you in manually. Instead, they do this whole, oh, everybody watch this person try to clock in. You're the only one touching the tablet to clock in. I'm like, whatever. something's bothering you this morning and it's too early for that energy, you take that with you wherever you go. Just know I'ma be all right. That's you gotta learn to just like let some shit roll off, because some things just aren't worth the energy. Because you're already having your energy taken and zapped from you. You already have your energy being taken and zapped from you. Don't waste energy on trivial things. Don't waste energy on trivial emotional reactions of people. Don't waste energy. Do not waste energy. Now, these game stalkers, the handlers, they're telling me I'm wasting my energy with this job. But here's the thing. What am I going to do? Sit at a computer surrounded by electromagnetic fields being radiated all day for 8 hours? It's already bad enough that my phone is being used as a directed energy weapon on me. That's bad enough as it is. I'm not going to go get a desk job where I'm now sitting in front of a computer and I'm sitting around electronics all day, and then I'm basically going to be smothered in radiation all day. No. I mean, even when I'm outside, I'm still bathed in radio frequencies. You know, New York City got free Wi-Fi. You know, especially if you have cable, if you have Optimum or Verizon, if you can find like the free Wi-Fi, you know, wherever the hot spots are at. Oh yeah, the hot spots are definitely used in the electronic harassment. They're definitely used in our targeting. Just so that you know. Remember, radio frequencies. We're dealing with radio frequencies. Radio frequencies carry energy. You direct those radio frequencies to somewhere, and yeah, that is. I'm going to get. You know what? And then I just like hung out with a TI friend of mine from well, he lives here in New York, and you know, for some time, a hospital had put him in. They had checked him in for like a month and a half against his will, and he was not violent or aggressive or anything of that sort. But for whatever reason, they felt the need that they needed to hold him for a month and a half. You know, and I just think to myself, they held him, a non-violent 59-year-old man, in a psych ward for a month and a half. Yet, do you know how many people probably got raped or killed, or how many children got snatched up by somebody who probably should have took his place? You know, they got the technology to find all those types of people, but do they do that? No. They actually just let them go. They let them. It's like that scene. It's like that scene from Little Nicky. Well, actually, most of the movie from Little Nicky, when Nicky's like held brothers, like his brothers. You know, basically he was a son of the devil, and the devil also had two other sons, but then the sons somehow broke free from hell and came down on earth. And there was this one scene where they had took the possession of the body of I think it was like a mayor and a priest, and or a bishop, whatever. They were basically telling everyone, why wait for heaven when you can have a heaven here? Do whatever you want. Fulfill all your desires, all these different things. So, and I'm like, that's basically what they're doing now. It's like, it's like they're basically using the technology to, well, do whatever they want. And I mean literally whatever they want. Whatever they want. They're using technology to do whatever they want. And you know, this is some sick shit. Like when I tell you, I literally rode past the 26 Federal Plaza. That's one of the FBI headquarters here in New York City. I'm like, yo, to think we're in New York City, right? Of all places, we're in New York City, and we're in New York City, and I could ride past the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and with all the evidence that TIs have been placing online, especially those of us here in New York who are, you know, trying to like get our evidence out there, let the world see what's happening. It amazes me that I could literally ride by the FBI and then they not really do anything towards any of this. You know, they it's like they also just allow it, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to manage my body a little bit today because they have a serious amount of electrical radiation, I guess it's electrical radiation, or electromagnetic radiation, that's going into my lower back, my lumbar, and I believe they're trying to basically have me be in like the same health situation as like my mother. My mother, you know, like I've told you before, she's been targeted since the early 80s. And I've learned over time that they are concentrating a great deal, and I mean very, very strong amounts of electromagnetic radiation on her lower back. And I just think how many years she went through with not knowing how to defend against radiation and stuff. I mean, she's been defending in her own sense, even though her body has been breaking down more and more. They basically gave her that degenerative spinal disc disorder. They literally gave that to her because now that I understand Qi, and I've been practicing Qigong and everything, I have found the supercharged energy that is it's blasting. It's almost as if like you took a leaf blower and filled it with electromagnetic radiation and just started blasting at her lower back. I could feel when I put my hand on her lower back, I feel my hand start to go numb. You know, so when my mom is always talking about how she's in pain, I completely understand. When she says that she's always in pain, I'm literally always in pain now. So I completely understand. They had this system set up so that no matter where you are on this earth, as long as the system has your unique bioelectric frequency code, they can basically just pump radiation into you all day, every day for the rest of your life. Now, this is why I'm choosing to go a whole totally different route. She chooses to basically not give it too much thought or power. She's just like, look, I'm gonna handle it my way. You know, God got me. God helped me get to 75 years old. or well, she'll be 75 in December. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, it's amazing what they do to people. I mean, well, it's not even amazing no more. Like, this world is wicked. The world is wicked. There's nothing really more to be surprised about anymore. Like, I'm slowly starting to actually become so melancholy, so like just off put, or just starting to just care less about all the threats that they put against me. Because I'm like, there's infants dying, there's babies dying, kids getting shot in the street because somebody don't got no aim, people getting stabbed, robbed, raped, all kinds of stuff going on. And they got all the technology to stop all of it. They got the technology to stop all of it. But they don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on mastering my peace like I've been doing. It's just that now I have more. It's just that now I actually have like known enemies now. Like before, I probably just had haters or whatever, but now I have actual known enemies. And they're trying to use hundreds, if not thousands of people to try to successfully orchestrate this psychological operation in electromagnetic warfare against me. A simple, non-violent, no criminal record having civilian. They're trying to basically destroy me, even though I don't really destroy anything in life. For the most part, I literally do nothing but help create or build up people. I heal and I encourage people. I always try to encourage people to have safe fun, or I always try to encourage people to just be a decent human being. That's all I really ask you. Just learn to become a decent human being. And if you're not sure how to be a decent human being, you got the internet right in your palm. I don't know. You could probably type in the word decent human being, and it'll probably give you some examples, right? Anyway, yeah, so there's like so many frequencies on my lower back, and the interesting way of how I tend to at least see if I can pull them out for a bit is I would take my hand, right? I'll take my right hand and I'd hold it behind me or hold it to the side of me, but almost kind of like extending it backwards, because remember, your aura is basically infected with their energy. So what you got to really think about is your body is in a sphere, and when you're getting attacked, it's almost as if like little tiny energy waves are coming from within your sphere, because their energy has infected your sphere. It's like a virus. Oh yeah. And a friend of mine that was released from the hospital, he gave me a copy of Project Soul Catcher, so I'm excited. He gave me a copy of Project Soul Catcher, and I'm excited to start reading it. I'm excited to start picking it apart and to realize how much of this stuff that I started to figure out on my own in less than 3 years. And then I'm literally going to break the whole thing down, and I'm going to try to put it in as simple terms as possible. Now they're telling me, oh, he got to go to prison. He got to go to prison. Prison for what? And if they say if they try to put me in for like what, treason or something, I don't know how. Or they try to say that like I'm trying to cause a hysteria or whatever, I don't know how, because everything that I'm talking about all has proof. You know, but I'll get back to y'all. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.